All right, so now we're going to clean the tiller. We're going to clean the tiller's blades. Now the things I'm going to be using to clean the tiller is metal protection MP4, heavy duty metal protector, and then also high foam car shampoo. So that's what we're going to be using. And we're going to fill the bucket with water. And we're going to then clean this guy completely off. Turn it this way so that you can see what's going on here. All right. So remember, we're using MP, shampoo, and other things. First, I'm going to get her all wet to make sure that it'll hold. I need to sit my phone on something here. Give me a second. I had to bring my holder outside. Let's see. This might work. It's heavy. Yep. So, anyway, that way you guys can all see what's going on. And we'll probably get a little bit wet, but that's okay. Alright, so let's get this guy cleaned up and back him up now. So I gotta fill those with water. There we go. So first I'm just gonna kind of spray them down with water before I get any of the shampoo, everything ready. It shouldn't take too long. Now I'm getting them clean because I'm probably not going to use it very much anymore for the rest of the year. Well, I might. I wanted to change the belts and the batteries, and there's no batteries on that thing. But we're going to make it all nice and clean now and look almost new. And everybody always wonders how I keep my stuff. You guys don't think I clean it, but I actually clean it. But I wanted to get dirty so I can show you guys. Alright. I'm not going to take those guys off. I am going to put the other ones on. And now I got to fill the bucket up. Right. I'm going to make it look and try to make it look the same there. Alright, so some soap. I'm going to put foam soap in there. Doesn't need very much. Alright. So the reason why I'm putting it in 2 buckets is I got the blades in this one and I gotta get all that. I'm gonna get all the dirt off, clean it off, dry it off, and then put MP on it so it protects it from rust. Does a great job to protect from rust with the steel coating. I'm gonna get them covered first. That way it can soak. I want them to soak to make sure there's nothing in there, make sure no seeds or anything. I know y'all look at me like I'm crazy every time, but sometimes you gotta fast forward through a few parts. I get it. Got it covered. I might even have them sharpened this year to get ready for next year. But you don't need them too sharpened because, like I said, it's there to mulch up the dirt and ground up the dirt. It's my garden ninja. Alright. That is now completely covered it. Alright. So, put that over to one side. This thing here I'm just got a little bit of fun with. Just so I can get it all cleaned up. That way we can, like I said, it'll turn into a foam. Usually use this with a power washer. I use it with everything else because I think this stuff worked great. Alright, so now we're going to get this all cleaned up. We're going to let that get going in there. All I'm doing is going to rub into it a little bit. Right, just like I did the other day with the lawnmower. And just thought I was crazy, and all of a sudden it came out spotless clean. Because most of this stuff anymore is plastic, so you can clean plastics really well. Okay? Kind of get on the blades a little bit. Get them all nice and cleaned up. Alright. go. So that one there is ready to go now. Alright. So I gotta take that. Sorry, I got a stopper on there. So now I'm gonna go through light brushing, get the stuff that's can be touched with water. Oops. And then we will also use the other type of cleaner for the plastics area, because like I said, wheels on these things are plastic. I'm gonna take this off. Take that off, put that in there. Rotate these wheels a little bit so I can get in there and just really get that dirt off. That's the whole point in this, is get that dirt off. Because then I'm going to put it up for the year and dirt won't be on there and I won't be paranoid and my OCD won't kick in. Alright. I get the main areas. Alright, now get me the rag. Whenever you get one of these machines, always take pictures of all of the QR codes, their serial numbers and stuff like that. Even, like I said, no matter what, always make sure to have that. That way when you're going, because if you keep these for a couple years, then like I said, as long as you're using AMSOIL products, you know, to clean all this stuff will last for years. And then all of a sudden, if something happens and you need to find the a part or a piece or something, then you have all those numbers. But if you don't take those numbers down, heck, freaking cloud stores everything these days, so just make sure it's on the cloud. But I always store my stuff and I write everything down, because you never know what's going to happen from day to day. You don't know. So I like to make sure all my stuff's written down. I've kept notes and it's saved my life a bunch of times, making sure I kept accurate notes on everything I've ever done, because there's a lot of shady people out there and there's a lot of businesses out there that promise you one thing and do another. Looks nice. I'm not touching like the motor part too much with hot, because I just literally got done using it and I don't want to touch the hot parts. But it is nice to get that all cleaned up. Get these blades all cleaned up. I know there's going to be some grass and stuff in there, but we'll get it all off. Alright. And tomorrow when I use the regular lawnmower, we'll get it cleaned up too, and that's a Pushmore Cub Cadet. And I use that for other things. Hey, give me that scraper, or the in here. There. Good. Okay, there we go. Back up. See, they got two bolts in here where you can take these off, but you'd have to use a socket and you'd have to use a pliers or a crescent wrench, which you don't really need to do as long as you can get in there. And the whole thing, just get in there, get off whatever needs to come off. Make sure there's no metal or anything, because sometimes you can get metal and it'll twist all the way around and it's really thin shards of metal. It reminds me of the old tow missile systems in the Marine Corps, because they got those little wires on them that guide the missile. There we go. Now I'm not doing this like perfect, just to give you an idea. I'm just kind of going in there right now Getting it all done, letting it dry. And then there we go. I'm feeling for like big chunks of mud, just in case there's big chunks of mud. So you'll get a couple big hunking chunks of mud on there. So then I'm gonna go back in here with my, get those bristles and bristles in there. All right. Whew. The bottom's always going to be dirty because that's what's going right through the mud, so it's going to always have the most on there, which is fine. Now give me this back. Let's see if I got it all. Yeah, I got the big chunks anyway. There we go. And it's funny, all these places, they'll like do like examples, and it's really simple and easy. It's not everything. You got to be able to reach the stuff. You have to be able to get to the stuff. All soap's doing is creating, this has got a cellular barrier to it. And all it is once you get it on there, it's pushing that cellular barrier in, helping break down the grade and the grease and the dirt so that it will come off metal. And I'm watching these other companies advertise their stuff, and they're false advertisement, because when you do use it, you'll find out that it's no different than the stuff you already got, but it doesn't have the molecular structure. So this soap they created has they messed with this molecular structure to be able to clean better, which is awesome. Sorry, I'm getting this thing nice and clean. I think I got what I wanted. Doesn't have to be perfect because I will be using this again. I was just kind of giving an example of what we do. And then making sure there's no dirt where I'm going to be putting these other areas, but then I got to spray it down again. All right, let's go ahead and put this back on. See what we got. Trying to get the phone. All right. Oh, there you go. This everything falls right off then. Might be a couple areas I missed, but that's okay. I'm only human. So, I got that side. Like those plastic wheels. Now I'm gonna have to go get the spray, and then I will put the spray on there and seal all that up nice and tight. I think we're good. A little bit more. Okay. Tires, wheels. the other part back on and get this up here. And that nice and clean. Yeah, you guys can laugh at me. The other side. Stuff. Four position. Sorry, it's storing for the. I'm not. We're just kind of getting it done. I make sure it's gonna last. All right. Now we're gonna get this all cleaned off now. Now we're gonna there we go. Next thing I need is the make sure this guy's clean. I don't know where I put the brush, but I'll put it in here. He's gonna go right there. Give me the pin. Pin's gonna go right there. I gotta spray some stuff on it first. And get these guys out one at a time. Alright. He's ready to go. Pull the pants up here. Okay, so I gotta get this guy clean because these guys get dirty, extremely dirty. By the way, I do a lot of this because I'm also OCD and I like to keep my stuff clean. And I also keep a record of everything I'm doing, so that next year we can always keep doing, improving. Always make sure you keep a journal, keep a record of everything. Alright. So we're getting the front of this blade clean, then the back. Now we'll probably use this again a couple times as the corn's getting higher. But in any case, keep your equipment clean and it'll last for years. Use good cleaners on it. That's the reason why I'm suggesting Angela, you can get it from me. Just give me a call, send me an email, and I will get it to you. Alright, the first one is done. Alright. So it's good. Put that there. I don't think I put the pins in this one. Alright, let's get the other one clean up, okay? Oh, yeah, that was bad. Alright, let's get it in the other one. Let's soak for a minute, even though these things have been soaking. Alright. You notice I put MP on it before. That way it loosened everything up. And then we use the soap, but it'll also prevent the rust. It's like cleaning my rifle in the Marine Corps. Gotta see it would look great on this stuff. Probably would work great. CLR. Is that what it is? Oh, like, man, it's been a while since I talked about that stuff. I don't know. Let's get back. should actually go on there good now. Alright, now before we do anything else, gotta make sure we got the 2 pins. Alright, which are in the other one. Alright, sorry, it's all dirty. Where that? There. Clean them off now. One, two. Second. I know, it's dirty, but I get that. Okay. Now I'm going to spray MP on it, both of them, so it'll prevent it from rusting. Oh. Use more of that in just a minute. See what we got. I have to get the hammer again. All right, go backwards. Come on. There we go. All right, I need the hammer. All right, I'm gonna go get the hammer. All right, everybody. Just a minute. I'm gonna need a hammer. Oh, son of a biscuit. Alright, so we're gonna go get the thing real quick. And I'm gonna